welcome to Voices of Vicenza. I'm Randy from the Public Affairs Office. On my right, I got Rick, and we have Kevin today. He's our guest, going to talk about an awesome topic that can save you a lot of money. Rick, you were going to kind of lay it out for us of how kind of what it means.
Yeah, it's great to be back on Voices of Vicenza, and I was just thinking about last Sunday. The missus had us down at IKEA. Long list of things that she wanted to get IKEA. You ever been to an IKEA on a Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
It's, you're circling around, filling up the basket. I call it Dante's fifth circle of hell. And the only light at the end of the tunnel of this is knowing that the purchases that I put in are going to go on a preventivo. We're going to talk about what a preventivo is.
Yeah.
And I'm taking it to see Kevin at the tax relief office and some of his colleagues who are going to help me save 22%. And I think for a lot of folks coming to Italy for the first time may not realize how much that's going to add up to when they're trying to save things to outfit their house or to get the things that they want. So important program to talk about. Kevin, you've been doing this a while. I mean, how long?
Well, I started working in the tax relief office in November of 2000.
Okay, so we're talking about a quarter of a century.
Quarter of a century.
And you were here as a soldier before that.
I came over here in 1988.
So this is definitely a subject matter expert, folks.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this, you're getting it from the guy who's kind of seen and done it all with tax relief.
Kevin, do you remember your first day at all, or your first, one of your first things in the tax relief office?
Well, we were located back then upstairs where the shopette is, on the back side. There's some stairs, and when you went up to the top of the stairs, that's where we were located.
Right. Yeah.
And as soon as you walked through that door, there was a small counter, and we were behind that counter.
Yeah.
And then in the back, there were a bunch of offices.
Yeah, I remember now, yeah. Wow.
So that was my introduction. There was my boss, Robert, at the time. He was the one that hired me, and we got started behind the counter and then just slowly went through the motions. Now, it has changed a lot since then.
Yeah.
Everything was done manually back then. Nothing was automated. Everything was all written down on papers.
Was it all black and white back then, like really old days?
It was. We were on
Scrolled on papyrus.
Apple IIe MS-DOS computers.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. But you've been doing this for a quarter of a century, so that means that there's something driving you to want to help soldiers and families.
Being a veteran myself, that is it for me. It's helping my soldiers. That's what it comes down to.
And they're actually every year saving, thousands of dollars, if they take advantage of the programs we're going to talk about. The first one we're going to talk about is Senza IVA. So what does that mean in Italian?
Without tax, without VAT.
Yeah, so
Senza
we got to
is without, and IVA is the VAT.
And VAT
value added tax.
Right. So in Europe, it's built into the price. In America, it's added on after. A similar concept.
Exactly.
In a way. Not the exact same, but
so yes, all the prices you see in a store already contain the tax.
Yeah. And so if you could minus 22% off of that, that's great.
Is there even a state that you guys can name off the top of your head that has a 22% sales tax in America?
I have never seen anything that high. I think we're the highest in Europe and Italy here.
In Connecticut?
No, I think 8% maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah, Massachusetts, where I'm from, that's
Really?
That's New England. I guess we're both New Englanders. That's right. And so the idea of just people coming from America and going 22% sales tax on all your stuff is a lot. If you start looking at the receipts and you're going, how am I going to find a way to, not make ends meet, but do things in an affordable, frugal-minded sense? And this is a great program. So let's get into it a little bit. I mean, the first thing that I remember was I didn't know what the word preventivo meant.
Right. And
this is like where it all starts. You got to get a preventivo.
I mean, prevent something?
Nah, I think
not related.
No, it's not even the same, related to the same word. It's basically, it's an estimate.
Estimate.
An estimate, yeah.
That's
a bill of sale.
You're getting an estimate.
Yeah.
So so what happens is the store gives you the estimate, and eventually after you go through the process and make the purchase, they send the actual invoice to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the customer's not getting a bill of sale or an invoice.
It's before that.
Getting an estimate. And then later on, we get the actual invoice.
All right, so let's put people into a scenario. I, keep having babies, and we need to get strollers, and strollers are pretty expensive these days.
Oh, yeah.
So I go to the baby store that's down the road that's got all the baby stuff, and I pick out this stroller. What do I do? How do I get the Italian people at the counter to start this process for me?
Okay, most of the stores are very familiar with our program and what we do. So if you are in the local area here, they're all on board. It's very unlikely you're going to find a place that's big that hasn't worked with us already.
Because we've been doing it for more than a quarter of a century.
Oh, even a lot longer than that.
Yeah, sure.
Longer than I've been there.
Yeah.
So they already know that somebody's going to ask for the preventivo or the estimate, and so you're going to get a sales clerk or a customer service rep to get that for you. They're going to list all the items on your
my baby stroller or
baby strollers or anything else that you're going to get from that store is going to be listed with the price of each item,
right?
And it's going to have the total with and without tax.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the important part, because the next step is you have to go to a bank and get...
you bank at, right?
Where you bank. Well, yeah, exactly. And there's two banks on post here that are familiar with the program.
Community Bank and BNL.
But if you're like me, I actually have an Italian bank, and I can go in and I can ask for something called an assegno circolare. What is this?
That is basically, it's a cashier's check.
Cashier's check.
Italian cashier's check.
Yeah. But if you don't want to remember that word, you go on base, they're going to know how to help you.
I need a cashier's
walk
check.
in and say, I'm trying to do my IVA thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, come over here.
Absolutely. And we also have, I call it our tree. Our tree in our office has a bunch of handouts on there.
Right.
And also our website has PDF files, and it has the instructions in Italian for a vendor that's not familiar with the program, and they'll know exactly what you're going to get.
Which is a great help. We'll put the link in the description.
Yeah. All these terms and links and everything will all be in the description, and it's already on the website, of course. We'll have the website, in the description as well, all of it.
But back to the Preventivo, having the Senza IVA amount on it, that's really key, because whether you're banking on post or off post, you have to make sure that exact amount is on the cashier's check.
Correct. It'll be the total amount minus the tax.
Right.
Now, that's something I want to touch on. It's not a 22% discount.
Right.
You're not subtracting 22% from the amount with the tax. Mm-hmm. There's an actual amount that is 1.22. You take the amount with the tax, divide it by 1.22, and that will get you the amount minus the tax.
Right.
So with the tax, divided by 1.22 to get the amount minus the tax.
It's probably safe, though, to kind of guess or estimate or say that it's close to that, but it's not the same. Not exactly. So
what people are going to look at it is they're thinking that it's 17%.
Right, yeah.
Which, if you were to do a subtraction of
22, that's how it would work, yeah.
Kind of, their numbers are going to be different than ours.
Yeah. I can see my math teacher in high school shaking his finger at me, say, "You're going to wish you paid more attention."
I know, right? But luckily, ultimately, you're going to save money, so it's a good thing. It costs a little to do it, but you're going to save money.
And that's why we have $150 minimum, euro minimum.
Yeah, to make it worthwhile.
Yes, because there's a little bit of back and forth involved, and you want to make sure that it's worth your while.
Yeah, you're not going to get your nails done. Well, we'll get into some things you can and can't do, but get your nails done or buy McDonald's. That's not enough money unless nails are really expensive.
I remember early on, the first time I ever did this, and you guys offer this to customers, is I could come in and have you check it before I went and did the rest of the process.
That is highly recommended, because not everybody that work in the stores, because if you go to a store that's fairly big and they have a high turnover rate, those new people may not know how to calculate the tax.
Right.
They'll subtract the 22%, and then what happens is if you go straight to the bank and get your check and then come to our office and everything is wrong, well, now you're going to have to go back to the bank, get a refund, and start the whole thing all over again. And so a lot of people like to come in to our office and let us check it first.
Yeah,
so we're checking to make sure that the math was done right. We're checking to make sure that everything that you're getting was authorized. And we're making sure that there's no services on there. We're not exempt from services of any kind, only merchandise.
Sure.
And what kind of services are we talking about, you ask? I'll be more than happy to tell you.
Am I able to get my nails done? That's a service, right?
That is a service. So no, you cannot get your nails done.
Okay. Dang, man,
no
so
mani
close.
pedis for you.
Oh, I cancel my appointment.
So it's only for merchandise, and the kind of services that we're talking about that could possibly be on there is transportation and labor. So if you go to IKEA,
like
and
delivery
they've got to
or
deliver it to your house, and then that individual that delivers it's going to put it together for you. That's the labor.
Yeah.
No, that's a no-go.
Okay. So you have to follow the instructions and put your IKEA furniture together yourself, folks.
Yeah.
Yay.
Or put it in the car or whatever. I drive through Torre de Cortisolo sometimes, and I always see this statue, and I want to buy a statue. Can I use it on a large statue? The statue I'm talking about is the Pope that's there. You know, one says turn at the Pope. Well, it makes me want to buy a giant statue.
That's a great question because that's something that we would have to think about.
Yeah.
Are you going to take it with you when you leave?
That's a gray area.
Yeah.
And the take it with you explanation is not
the best?
end all and be all.
Okay, got it.
It's a guideline.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not. It's so when you start talking about things that end up in a gray area like a statue, that's where
or a lifetime supply of pasta.
Seven
tons
consumables are not part of the deal. So you're looking at things like, for example, you can get furniture, appliances, clothing, jewelry,
baby strollers,
things of that nature, computers, electronics, rugs.
I think I used it to buy a phone. You know, was a good deal because phones are kind of expensive now. So
we're looking at your restricted items list right here, and there's just a few that I jump out at me. This must be an old list or something. Water, softener, salt.
No, land and animals. I like that.
Yeah, no land or animals.
Yeah, no.
I can't buy Venice, and I shouldn't buy a llama.
No prescription lenses.
Well, you know what's funny about the salt softener there is because Italian water is very hard, and it's got a lot of lime in it. In Italian, it's called calcare, and that stuff. If you boil water and you see all that white stuff in your pan, that's the lime. That's the calcare, and so water softener is what goes in dishwashers. And they used to put it in washing machines. And so you'd go through quite a bit of it. And so that was one of those things, but it's considered a consumable or perishable, and we're not authorized that.
So where are we authorized this? I mean, we're obviously in Vicenza recording this in the Veneto, but what about our friends down at Camp Darby?
Okay,
so
Tuscany.
This program is based off of our USAG Italy footprint.
Got it.
Okay, so wherever USAG Italy is command sponsoring a unit, that's where we're authorized to go.
Okay.
So we are authorized here in Veneto, which is where we're at here. Tuscany is where Camp Darby is, so we're authorized to go there. There is a unit that is command sponsored in Lombardia, near Milan.
Okay.
And so we can go to Milan and do some shopping.
Sure.
Not recommended because you have a long drive and you still have to do that back and forth process. And Emilia Romagna, that's just south of us, Ferrara. There's a unit down there that we command sponsor.
This is different from Germany. Like for anyone who's been to Germany or heard about it or whatever, you know, I know the program there, they got this fancy card now, and it's pretty easy there.
Yes.
Different countries, different rules. That's just how it works.
And you got to get used to Italy. You live here, and this is the way we do it.
Yeah. So, but here there's always the two-part to it, you know, that you got to go get the preventivo, right?
Then the cashier's check.
And then, and bring it back, and then go again and pick up your item.
Wait, no, you missed a very important part. Very important part, and it helps our friends over at MWR actually maintain the program, and that's you have to pay $10 to get the service done when you get to the tax relief office. That's that's the key part.
Yeah.
And that actually goes back into, I assume, you guys having the program. There's a service fee that takes care of, you know, some of the things that MWR needs to keep the program going.
Yes, and you said that right. We are MWR. Which means that we're a non-appropriated fund activity. That means that we have to charge you a service fee in order to offer and provide you with the service.
Yeah, got it.
There's people that work on base that unfortunately aren't eligible. I assume Italian workers can't do this.
No, so local nationals are not authorized to make tax-free purchases, and unfortunately, neither are retirees.
I think the other thing that, kind of threw me off when I was a newcomer, and it's been a little while, but is when you seal it in an envelope and you hand it back to me and you say, do not open this envelope because you just want to open it. You're like, what did they put in there? Let's look. But you can't. You have to bring it sealed back to the vendor and go in and pay for it, and they have to open it. What's
As a matter
the deal
of fact,
with that?
they took away my wax and seal. So
Yeah, if you go back with it open, they could think you tampered with it or something, and they
that
may
what it
not
is?
allow it.
no, it's not that. It's the store needs everything that's in it.
Okay.
And even though we sealed it shut and we have our little stamp on there and our initials, we've still had customers that opened it up, took the check out, handed the check into the store, and then we get the phone call and the email from
Something
the store
was missing.
saying, hey, where's our paperwork?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's in the envelope. Oh, what envelope? And then we have to go and try to find the customer and say, hey, what are you doing? No, don't do that.
It's pretty serious here in Italy with the finance police. So I assume at some point, that they could get, they even have a helicopter, the finance police. So they could fly to your house and go, hey, where's your form?
Yes.
How did you pay for that baby stroller?
Right. No, it's, I think it's more along the lines of they're more than likely probably going to be going to a store and find out what the store's been doing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Or if you've been multiple times trying to cheat the system somehow, somebody,
Yes. So we're very, we have to be very accurate and very careful with our program. We don't want to lose it.
That's how you've been doing it for so long, right? You've been the guy, the caretaker of it.
All right, so let's put a bow on it. Okay, Kevin, this is a speed round. I want a new iPhone. Can I use Senza IVA?
Yes.
Okay, I want to go and get a nice new leather jacket so I can look like Fonzie. Kids, he was a guy on TV.
Yes.
I can get a leather jacket. Okay, cool. What about some camping gear? I want to go camping in Italy while I'm here. I've always wanted to do that.
Yes.
Okay, appliances, you said. I want to buy a stove. That goes in my house. Can I use it?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to go one step further. Buy the whole kitchen.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, but now my pet is sick and I need to go down to the veterinarian and I want to use that. Can I do that?
No.
Why not?
Because
it's
medical.
And
we're not authorized medical.
Got it.
What about
any kind?
What about a car or a Harley Davidson?
Ooh.
Yes, but not through our office. Our office is not authorized to do anything at all with vehicles.
Okay.
That's vehicle registration.
Okay.
But
Makes sense.
how is it done?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked. So when you register a vehicle, that vehicle is American. Okay? Even if you have a European spec vehicle and you are registering it through post, that vehicle is denationalized.
American.
No longer subject to Italian tax.
Right.
And so that's how you're able to buy a brand new car tax-free.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so we kind of put a bow on that. I think the most important thing for me always is when I have questions about this stuff, you guys are always just so available. You're at Building 367 at Caserma, Italy. Not hard to find. Between the website and the customer service in the office, I've never had a question go unanswered.
No, if there's ever a question, for example, like statues, we go to the JAG office for them to kind of give us clarification on what the law says that we can do. So it doesn't happen very often that I don't know what we can and can't do.
Or find the answer.
I get an answer.
So the other thing that I think newcomers, especially newcomers, but even folks who've been here a while and didn't use the program, don't realize is that you're going to have to be paying for utilities here. Yeah. It's out of your pocket. Unless you're in government housing or you live on post. Only soldiers in the barracks live on post. Eventually we'll have housing again here. Right. But if you live on post, you're going to be paying for utilities.
Yes.
And utilities, especially in recent years, they haven't gone down. They've only gone up. And so there's a way that our service members, their families, and civilians assigned here can save some money on utilities. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so the gas here is primarily it's methane gas, which is from we call that your regular household gas. Mm-hmm. Then there's GPL. Mm-hmm. GPL is liquid propane gas, LPG in the States, GPL here.
The big tank that they have up behind the building.
That's the big white tank behind the buildings.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of tax on that gas, on that methane gas.
Okay.
The tax is between 38 and 48%. That's what you pay, not on the program. So we can save you that 38 to 48%.
So even though we spent most of the time talking about all the fun things you can buy or not buy, but this one could save people, like easily in the 100 plus, quite often, especially in the heating season throughout the year. So they could save many hundreds in a year versus a little bit.
Right. And you're going to be heating your home and using electricity. You might not be buying a baby stroller.
Yeah, unless you're that old sergeant major that was living downtown in the mini apartment who slept in his extreme cold weather sleeping bag.
He was really cheap, huh?
We kicked him off the program
because he
wasn't spending anything.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
No, it wasn't worth it for him. We didn't kick him off. He actually came in and said, "Hey, is this worth it for me to be on there?"
Yeah.
And after going over his bills, he was paying more in service fees.
Yeah. So there is some charge to it, but I mean, I think the other thing that's really great about the UTEP program, the Utility Tax Exemption Program at the Tax Relief Office, is the fact that how many people come here speaking and understanding Italian. And so when you sign up for utilities here, they don't make your bills in English for you. It's in Italian, where you do something different. Tell us about that.
Okay, so how our program works is when you sign up, you establish a contract between the Tax Relief Office and you. And the Tax Relief Office has the contract with the utility company. So the utility company sends us the bills tax-free. Mm-hmm. We pay it, and then we bill the customer to pay us back.
Oh, okay.
And that's how we get the tax break. Individuals are not entitled to tax-free benefits, but the government is. So that's why our office exists.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you guys exist and can save people a whole lot of money. So if they have any questions, I know they can find you building 367, right? Across from the, what are we calling that building now?
It's the new CPF.
CPF,
Consolidated Services Center. It's basically where you in-process the community. So if you're just arriving here and you're listening to the podcast, or if you've been here a little bit, basically where you in-processed, just across the street is tax relief. The other thing that's really nice is that's where the PX has their job hiring office. You can go over there and, someone in your family might get a job at the PX.
Exactly. So if you're looking for that part-time job, Brandy, go get some.
Yeah, because you're not taking a part of their program. You need that extra cash.
I wanted to add that last year we added our electricity to the bunch.
Okay.
So that's a 10 to 20% savings.
That's awesome.
Plus, you don't pay the included TV tax, which is about $100 a year.
Wow.
So that's an added benefit. We did not increase our service fee for this added benefit.
And how many folks are even, they talked about this recently, how many folks are even watching TV anymore, and you're paying for a TV tax as part of your electric bill?
Yes.
And you're probably not even watching TV, so you might as well go get that
Well, that TV tax is going through the official Italian television network, RAI.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
all this, it starts to be complicated. So it sounds, even my first time hearing some of this stuff. But I know, Kevin, you've done it, so long. We appreciate your knowledge and your care that you've given to it to do it the right way, that we can keep using it and help to save us money and make it easy. You're always fun to talk to. So it's not even when I go in the office, I stay longer than I need to because I like it.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I love it. So anyway, thanks a lot. We're gonna bounce out of here. This was Voices of Vicenza with Rick and Kevin. Rick's from the Public Affairs Office here, me, Randy, and Kevin from the Tax Relief Office. Thanks a lot for all your time today.